I know how to fix the economy, and by the end of this video, you will too. You may be thinking to yourself, Zach, who are you? Are you an economist? No, I'm an idiot. But the issue is so simple that I don't understand how it hasn't been thought of yet. But before giving the solution, what's the problem? The problem is middle class is disappearing. People can't buy homes. First-time home buyers can't get into a property because people who already own a home have such a severe advantage. The reason why that is because 2 and 3 years ago, they got a home at 2 and 3% interest rate at a price point that was 30% below what it currently is at. Meaning their $1,500 mortgage payment today, if you bought it, is about $2,750. Yeah, fair. And since income isn't just rapidly on the rise, the average person is slowly not being able to buy a house, and that's terrifying. So, what's the solution? The solution isn't just raising the rate for every single person, it's having a tiered system around it. Call it a federal housing program, but I think the interest rate should go up based on the amount of properties you own. If you don't own a property and it's your first property, I believe you should get 2-3% lower than the average going rate. But if you're an investor or someone who's looking to rent it, you should have to pay the standard rate. This gives somebody in America the opportunity to buy a home and own it residentially for their family, for their people, for whoever lives with them that needs a home to have that opportunity to do so at a plausible price point. Secondary option or could even get added in. Base it off of tax bracket. If you're in a higher tax bracket, you can afford to pay more. So you should pay a higher interest rate than someone who's trying to buy their first home just to put a roof over their head. And I hear the arguments from a mile away. Oh, but they can rent, they can live with family, blah, blah. First of all, not everyone has a family that gives them that opportunity. One. Number two, renting goes up as the price of home ownership goes up. Because guess who rents the property? The homeowner! So after 2 to 3 years of this, rent's gonna be just as high, if not even higher, than these mortgage rates. And the whole point of this Fed rate hike is to make mortgages and car loans and credit cards and personal loans all more expensive so that nobody can buy, so prices go down, so the middle class doesn't disappear, and we still have a working class. So why don't we give them something to push that forward? Why are we putting everyone on the same level playing field, acting like everyone has the same amount of dollars in their pocket? There are people for decades and decades and decades and decades who have been saving, who've been stacking, and there's a lot of people trying to change that generational curse, and this is the worst time frame to be able to do so. So why isn't the government putting something in order to tier this so that the middle class can push forward? Stop giving the upper class the consistent and constant advantage. This market doesn't hurt them. They have cash. They don't need to borrow as much money. Guess what? The person who's renting a home for $2,500 a month and barely making ends meet because income isn't going up is the one struggling, and they're not helping. This is how we can do it.